Hello, Don. Sorry, it's kind of last minute. Actually on my way to come see you here shortly. It's 11:55 a.m. So I'll see you shortly after this video. But I wanted to go through and show you what I can see, and so that way you can kind of get an idea of where you guys can improve on, and maybe what has worked in the past and whatnot. So go ahead and get started. So first of all, it's a beautiful looking website. The only thing I would say is maybe add some more content. Having content on your website is going to get you found for all the keywords, key terms organically that you're going to be wanting to be found for. Moving on, I can tell what the website's built on based on this information here. So I can see it's on WordPress. You guys use the Divi theme. I'm familiar with all that, so that's good there. When I looked up your business, you got this is called like rich snippets, so that it stands out a little bit more when people are searching for you specifically. But when I looked at the Ahrefs ranking, this is a tool that I like to use, kind of gives me an idea of what you guys are being found for. It's not 100% accurate. You're going to get 100% of your accuracy from Google Analytics and actual tracking codes that you would put on your website. But what this tool does give me is an idea of what's going on here. So what I can see is since November 2016, you've been working on building an online presence with links and during using various domains, and then in July of last year, it looks like you guys kind of ramped up efforts there, and your links are continuing to grow. But when I look at the organic search, I see that back in 2016, which kind of correlates with the links, you guys started getting found for different keywords and stuff, and you started getting traffic. So, 455 people right here, 519 people to your site, and this is all from an organic standpoint. And then sometime in February of 2018, all your keywords kind of fell off, and that could be from a penalization or it'd be worth looking more into as to why you guys fell so drastically like that. And I have a feeling it has to do with an update. So I'd love to help you guys out with that and kind of figure that out. If you're not already working with somebody, of course. Taking a look at another tool that we have here. This is a Pingdom. So this kind of checks the servers and kind of like the tech stats from behind the scenes, speeds and stuff like that. So generally, rule of thumb for most websites, you want to try to keep your website speed or the load time down to under 2 seconds. A minute or a second and a half. 1.5 seconds is pretty ideal, or even under 1 second if possible. But you want to try to get it under 2, but 2.3 seconds, that's perfectly fine. There are some coding issues that could be resolved just adding in some extra code to kind of consolidate some of the code that's existing there. And then another tool that I like to use is GTmetrix. This is kind of measures a lot of the same stuff that the last tool measures, but even more. So it's going to have a lot of the same data. So this is, this was on the last report. This is something that can be fixed with code, but it's also telling us more. So it's telling us that there's some images on the website that could be optimized and see a reduction in size. So that way it would help improve your overall load time, being that the devices are not having to load the entire original file. So this is a way you can actually reduce the quality of the image without actually noticing a quality difference, because there is a lot of extra pixels in there that the human eye cannot even tell. That would be a good place to start. This is another free tool, like I mentioned, GTmetrix. So if you put your website in there, it's going to show you all the if you click optimize images, it'll tell you exactly which images could be reduced and save some reduction there. So another image one. So here's another image that automatically gets resized. So the original image file is 1152 by 495, and the browser's automatically having to reduce the image size to 256 and 110. So it's having to massively reduce the size of the original image, putting more pressure on the browser, more workload on the browser, and giving you the end result of having the website load up slightly slower on devices because they're having to do that extra stuff behind the scenes. So a lot of people don't know that, but that's a quick little fix right there. And One other tool, last tool before I come and meet you in person, this is Think with Google. So this is a tool that was released by Google last year. This is a free tool, and this basically tests your website against 3G simulated 3G mobile devices. So kind of a tongue twister there, but basically, in my opinion, I feel like, I came from the communication cell phone industry at one point, and I feel like most people nowadays, especially in inner cities like this, are going to have 4G phones. But I do know that there are people out there that still have 3G phones, and what this is saying is if someone on a 3G device was to visit your website, they'd have a poor experience because it would take their phone about 11 seconds estimated to load that, and because of that, they're estimating about a 30% loss in visitors because, if it takes them more than 10 seconds to load a page, they're probably going to back out and maybe go check somewhere else real quick. So a little tip there. But yeah, last time I looked at your stuff, it seemed like you guys were doing more ads. But anyways, we can talk about more about that here soon. But hopefully this information has been useful for you. I'd love to help you guys out. So the main thing would be, to be found for more keywords, having more content on your front page, and then also, building up your profile with your links and stuff, which it seems like you guys are doing, but maybe there's some bad links in there, and that could be why you're maybe getting penalized. So I can definitely look at that further with you and maybe come up with a game plan if you guys are looking to attack specific keywords, because right now, according to this tool, you're not being found for any. So like I said, not 100% accurate. I'd love to see what you guys have on the Google Analytics side to verify that information, and then I'd love to help you guys grow. So once again, Calvin over here at Mr. and Mrs. Leads, thanks for your time today, Don. I will actually be seeing you again here shortly. So let me know what you think of the video.